Hi guys, welcome to another Divi Theme video. This is Jamie from System22 and webdesigningtechtips.com. We got a fun one for you today. If I roll down this page, we've got a little parallax section coming in at the bottom there. As it fades up the page, got a little button going to fade in. It's going to get to full opacity about halfway up the screen there. It's going to stay there. When we roll back up, it's going to disappear back out and our little parallax section is going to go up. Of course, the opposite's going to happen in reverse there. Now, this is a really nice smooth effect. I'm not sure if my screen recording software will make it look slightly glitchy on this video, but it is a really nice smooth effect. Really easy to do, no coding involved. We're going to use the inbuilt scrolling effects that we've got with Divi to do this today. So let's get started. I'm going to enable my visual builder. Well, let's roll on down the page to where we want to work. I think I put it just under here. There we are. I'll get rid of this section. We'll start from scratch. You'll hit the little trash can. I'm going to click on the section above. Brings up a little blue button. I'm going to click on it and add a regular section. In my section, I'm just going to put a single column because the only thing I'm going to put in here is a button. When it pops up, let's go grab the button module right there. Just left click, it'll pop it in. I'll move this over so you can see. Put what you want your button to say. And obviously, you're going to want to link your button somewhere. Always best practice if you're linking to your own site, keep it in the same window. If you're linking off-site, open it in a new tab. That way, your site's going to stay open. Great. Well, let's just make it slightly more interesting. I'm going to go to design, instead of the button here. I want to pop it in the middle of my page. And I'm going to just do a bit of custom styling by clicking on the button. I'm going to flip the little switch there. Button text size is fine. Text color is fine. Button background, I'm actually going to change that to a purple. But I'm going to click on the purple field here. I'll bring this opacity slider, the variegated slider over here down. So it's just a hint there, because I'm going to have a nice dark image over there, so that writing should stand out nicely. It'll just have a slight bit of purple there. And if you want to, you can set a different color for hover by hovering over the dark background. This is common to all Divi modules. If you see a little arrow there when the icons pop up, we can set completely different value for a hover state when the mouse is on it. So when the mouse is on it, let's bring that color back in. Still want a hint of whatever image I'm going to put behind there. Okay, button border width. It's got 2 pixels. I'm going to make mine 1 pixel. Border color. Make sure mine is white. I'm going to have rounded corners on mine. So I'm going to put a high value in there where it says border radius. I'm going to just type in 50. It'll put in the pixels for you. That'll give it nice rounded corners there. Great. Well, I think that's going to work for me pretty much for my button here. Of course, you can go on styling. You can give it whatever fonts you want. Divi's got a huge amount of fonts to choose from. To audition one, just roll over it. It'll give you an example. I'm going to leave mine on the default. And you can capitalize. When you roll over it, it's got a little icon there. I'm going to leave mine just as it is, but you can choose any icon you want, or you can switch it off there. If you want to see it on both the hover state and the regular state, only show icon hover for button. If you flip that to off, it'll have the arrow there all the time. Great. Well, I'm going to leave our button just like that. I'm going to presume it's how we want it for the time being. Let's add a section background so we can see that button a bit better. So, blue tab for a section. Background's always under content. Third tab along, background image. I'm going to pop that same image in. That's okay. But I want mine to be parallax. Now, parallax means it's 2 things moving at different rates. So let's switch that one on. And it'll put it as true parallax. And that's what I'm going to use today. As you can see, it's moving, but it's moving at a slower rate than the front of the site there. And that's a great little effect. You see it on a lot of sites here today. They've got another option called CSS Parallax, which to me is what they call fixed background. The background image stays in the background there, and it rolls up. Again, that's another nice one you see a lot of. It's very dramatic, and I do like that one. But for today's, I'm going to pop it back to true parallax. Fantastic. Now all I really want to do, well, as you can see, that button stands out a lot better now we've got that image in the background. All I really want to do is just make this slightly deeper. Then we'll create an effect that will make that button appear and disappear as we scroll up the site. So still in the section settings, I'm going to go over to my design tab, down to spacing. Let's give it, I want mine to be almost about half the screen here. So I'm going to give it 30 viewable width, both top and bottom. And this will work perfectly on tablet and mobile also. So I'm going to use a viewable height value, which will adjust on each of those. 30 VH for viewable height. Let's put it on the top. Let's add it to the bottom by hitting the chain. Yeah, that's about right. Obviously, you can adjust yours. Now you've got the chain checked. If you want to make it bigger or smaller, just adjust one. It'll adjust the other for you. I'm going to leave it just like that. And just so you can see, on any of these settings, you can flip to tablet and mobile at any time. Just hit your purple button. And you've got a tablet and mobile view right here. Or if you want to actually adjust different settings for each of those, you can do so over here by rolling over the dark writing again. See the little icons come up. There's a little arrow we used before. Little phone icon. We'll bring up a desktop, tablet, and a phone view. You can have different measurements for each of these for just about every setting. So if I click on the tablet, this is what it's going to look like on a tablet. Click on a phone. That's what it's going to look like on the phone. So it works fine for me on all of those devices. Great, well let's create our little scroll effect. Let's go back to desktop. I'm going to save my section setting. We'll go roll on back down to where we were working. I want to go back into this button now, because that's what we're going to apply our scroll effects to. So once in the button, we can go over to our advanced tab. Right at the bottom, you're going to find scroll effects. Okay, the first thing I want to do is have this faded out when it comes in here. I only want it to come in when it's about this high. Then about this much up, I want it to be fully visible, perhaps grow even a little bit, stay fully visible to about here. And then as it rolls up a bit more, I want it to disappear back out. So the first thing we're going to do is make it appear and disappear by using the fade. Third tab along is fading in and out. I'm going to click on it. I'm going to hit the switch to say yes. Well, we've got a little timeline here, if you will. Bottom of the viewport is the bottom of your screen. Top of the viewport, you guessed it, is the top of your screen here. Or we can make different things happen depending on how high or low it is up the screen here. Starting opacity, it's got it at 0. If I roll down, you see that's kind of fading out. That's good, but I don't want to see it at all till it gets perhaps to about 30%. So I'm going to drag this up to about 30. As you can see, or as you can't see because it's not there, it's only appearing when it gets up to about 30% of my screen here, which is great. I want it to be 100% visible. Mid opacity, you see it's 100% there, 0% where we started. Between about 50 and perhaps 70. So I'm just dragging the little arrow on the right till it goes up to about 70. So if I roll down now, it's going to fade in as usual. It's going to be 100% visible to at least it gets up here. Then I want it to fade out at the top again, if I roll back down here. But I want it to be fading out probably at about 80 maybe too much. So I'm going to take this end opacity to about 80. Let's change the 100% to a 0 and see what happens. That should disappear a little bit. There we go. Roll back down. It's going to come in there. I think actually I might take that up to 90. That's okay. Rolling back. Now I want it to shrink. So you can barely see it when it's fading in and get bigger. Then when it's at 100%, I want it to perhaps grow a little bit. So we can use a different one for that. We're going to use scale, and it's okay to mix and match these things. You can get some great effects going. And we've done that before in the past with little spaceships going across the screen and stuff. So I'm going to click on the scaling up and down. Scaling's getting bigger or smaller. Again, we've got our timeline. When it starts off, well, we can't see it, but when it comes in, I want it to be fairly small. So I'm going to put a 0 there. As you can see, it's a lot smaller when it comes in there. Then between 50 and 70, because that's where we had it at full opacity, I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. So again, I've just grabbed the right arrow on this and made it to 70. I'm going to scale it up to perhaps 120%. Just put in the 120, it'll put the percent. That's fine. And then when it scales out, or when it rolls up the top, I want it to fade back out like it did at the bottom. Scale and get a bit smaller. So I'm going to just put a 0 in the viewport top. We'll try that now. Perfect. Fantastic. Perfect. Now, of course, if you want it to be there for longer or just at the top, just adjust these settings on both of these to where you want yours. Great. Well, if we've done everything correctly now, this should work perfectly for us. Let's save the changes here. We're going to save draft. Let's exit the Visual Builder. Here's our little pop-up we did yesterday. Let's get that out of the way. We'll roll down to where we are working. Here it is coming in now. There's a parallax section. The button's fading in. It's getting a little bit bigger than usual there. It's staying there from 50 to 70%. Now it's going to start fading back out again as we go back to the top. And it'll do the opposite on the way back in. And of course, they can roll over it, stop it, go to wherever it is you want to take your people. And that's a nice little feature. And as I mentioned earlier, it'll work perfectly on tablet and mobile also. I'm using Google Chrome here with the inspector tools. If I hit my F12 key, here we have it on an iPad Air. Let's just roll down the page here. Here it is coming in. Here's our button. Staying there. It's fading back out up the top there. And on a phone, similar thing. Here it is coming in now. There's the button. Even though we're growing it twice, it does fit on that screen nicely. Now, whenever you check these on tablet and mobile within a browser, great. But if you can, always try and check them on the regular devices like a phone or a tablet, because you may have to do a little extra tweaking. This will get you pretty close. But some devices, it will display slightly different. So there we have it, guys. There's how to create a little parallax section with a scroll in button. Really nice little eye-catching feature. If people are scrolling down your site, that sort of thing happens. It's going to get their attention pretty quickly, which is exactly what you want. So I hope you've enjoyed this today and found it useful. Don't forget, if you've got any questions, pop them down below the video. I'll do my best to answer them for you, or make another little video just like this one. So once again, this has been Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.